that I often consider. Faith, Abraham is faith. Let's go back to that again. And because to me Abraham is always a type of faith. He is told that he will have a son. Well, his wife is barren. It's a barren womb. And Sarah laughs. She hears it and laughs. And it's kind of a holy laugh. It's kind of a spiritual laugh, because faith is impure unless you realize you can't do it. Now, if I begin in faith and I return to the law, allegorically, that's the same as Abraham not trusting a barren womb, going to Hagar and producing a son, and his name is Ishmael. And Hagar is a type of Mount Sinai, or in Arabia, the beginnings of law. And it's a type of us starting in faith, pure faith, and returning to legalism or law, trying to do things ourselves. And a lot of that comes from the teaching or the preaching of certain preachers over the years of going to hell if you don't do things right. So fear, a lot of times, is most of the time, is what takes us back to the law. It's the kind of preaching we hear. A future heaven. Well, there's no future heaven, there's no future hell. There's hell that you live in if you don't ever discover the peace and tranquility of the inner soul. You got to discover that. That's heaven, by the way. It's a state of heaven that you arrive at now. You don't arrive at heaven someday if you follow some legalism. So Abraham is that type, that allegory of him going to Hagar, is faith going back to law and setting up a religion around that law, and producing Ishmael. Well, Ishmael, in the typologies that I've looked at, Ishmael, it is said of him that his face is against every man and every man's face is against his. Well, there's denominationalism. There's the splitting up of doctrines and legalisms and ideas and separations. Ishmael is a type of that. It's a type of that, because you're not one anymore. Your face is against somebody, or somebody's face is against yours, and you're yelling back and forth who's right and who's wrong. That is the development. That is the allegory of Abraham going to Hagar and producing a son called Ishmael. But the son has to be born. The offspring of faith, by the way, is Isaac in the scriptures. Isaac is the type of the awakening that takes place in you. But the womb is your heart. It's barren. That is to say, you can't do it yourself. That's the laugh of Sarah. She can't do it herself, so she laughs. That's a holy laugh, actually, because that's faith being perfected by the knowledge that I can't do it.